Well, this segment is brought to you by Stonehall Castle in Regina. I want to welcome to the show Angela. She's with the Salthaven West Wildlife Rehab and Education Center. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, when I first went to your website, I'm like, oh, your newsletter is fantastic.
Thank you.
I went to it and I'm like, how can people access this so we can talk about that? But for anyone who doesn't know what Salthaven West Wildlife Rehab is, what are you? What do you do?
Yeah, we have three main services that we provide to our community. So number one, we rehabilitate wildlife, including birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians from all across southern Saskatchewan. And they come into our care usually due to being sick, injured, displaced, or orphaned. Wow. And we care for them, and once they're healthy enough, we release them back into the wild where they came from.
Okay, and then you said you have three main,
Yeah, so that's our wildlife rehab is our main service.
Okay.
We also offer a helpline. So through the year, we get about 5,000 calls from the community about wildlife-related questions or issues, and we help talk them through. So if you come across wildlife that might be injured or you're just not sure, and you call us, we're going to ask you a variety of questions to understand the scope of the situation and see if that wildlife needs help in our clinic.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And then will you come help them take care of, like if they're, say, like there's a bald eagle and he's limping, I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll provide a couple of options.
Okay.
One is if folks can actually bring that wildlife to our clinic. Okay. Secondly, there is another organization that does transport across Saskatchewan to bring injured wildlife to our clinic.
Good to know. And the third thing?
The third thing is that proactive piece. So we provide education to community groups, school groups of all ages about how we can coexist with wildlife and how we can keep wildlife safe in our day-to-day lives.
Oh, I have an idea for you.
Oh, wonderful.
Check mark that. Just educating our communities. Yes. I love it. I live out in the arm of Edenwald, and we have wildlife. And sometimes we don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
So just educating us I love it. Now, you guys are raising funds for a new wildlife rehab clinic. So you have nothing now, or you need better, or where are you now?
So for the past 10 years, we've been operating in the basement of a residential house, and this is 600 square feet. And we see about 1,400 wildlife patients every year. And some of our patients are very large and require a lot of space. And so we've been very creative with this space and innovative. But there's a point now in 2025 where we're no longer going to be able to operate out of this space. And so we are hard at work fundraising so that there's not an interruption in services. So if we can't get to our goal, then we can't start building our new clinic. And if that happens, then there won't be wildlife rehabilitation in southern Saskatchewan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where are you in this plan? Like, because I can see you've got money already raised. You have a plan. So can you help us understand?
Yeah, so we've been fundraising for a couple years now.
Okay.
And we actually have land just 5 minutes north of Regina.
Okay.
So it's really close to where we already are to continue to be a part of this wonderful community that we've been a part of for a decade. This land is perfect for a wildlife rehabilitation center. It has mature trees, a water source, it's quiet, easy to access, and it'll be our space for decades to come. It'll be our forever home.
Yeah. So have the plans been done up for the center or the clinic?
We're in the process of that.
Okay.
We do have an example on our website of what that floor plan can look like. And we're building a clinic for our wildlife patients. So everything we're keeping in mind, we've got these specialized rooms for each of our subset of species that we get in our care. We'll have a dedicated exam room, a tub room so that we can help our waterfowl, especially if they need to be overwintered and they need to swim, or even with wildlife physiotherapy in water really helps.
I can't imagine you doing this in the 600 square feet that you're doing it in currently. Yeah,
and we're mainly volunteer run, so we have a lot of volunteers that are in this space as well. So picture that many animals plus that many helping hands. Wow. It gets really tight.
Yeah. I love how you call them wildlife patients.
They are our wildlife patients. Yeah. We're treating them for all sorts of. We're like an animal hospital for wildlife. Yeah.
So how can the viewer help you in the fundraising? Like, what can we do? donate?
Donating,
Yeah.
we are in need of $380,000 in order to reach our final goal so that we can start building. And we need to be building in 2025. So donating to us, sharing the news, helping spread the word that we exist. We have social media, helping share our posts really gets that word out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And it's obviously the place you're in is coming to an end.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
That is the problem.
Growing out is one thing, but actually the space, we need you to be rehoused.
Yeah.
So on the website, people can go to your website. We'll bring the website up. More information is there. And as I talk about the newsletter, it's fantastic, just education-wise. So I encourage everyone to read that.
Yeah, we send out a newsletter once a month with all sorts of patient updates, different ways that we can keep our wildlife safe in that season, and just different things that we've been up to. So you get to see sort of a peek inside our wildlife clinic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And people can donate online?
They sure can.
Perfect. I want to thank you for coming in, Angela. I loved your website. I loved your newsletter. What you're doing is great, and we'll get the word out there for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Well, that is Angela with the Salthaven West Wildlife Rehab and Education Center. We're talking about a new clinic they need in 2025, and they are halfway there. They're almost there. We just need a little bit more help to get there to start the building on this new clinic. So if you can help, more information will come up on the screen. Well, stay with us because next up, Regina Cat Rescue. So now we're going from wildlife, we're going to go to cats. There's a 50-50 coming up we want to share with you.